Welcome to the Nitpicking Nerds. Today, Beezy has a question. What's that question, Beezy?
Well, we're going to answer it. Hopefully, it's how good are the Double Masters reprints?
I'm your host, Joe Cherries.
I'm your host, Beezy, and that makes us the Nitpicking Nerds. Why are you head bopping? If you like head bopping and set reviewing and reprint quality assessment, let us know, because we need to see that you subscribed, that we actually got a benefit from doing this video, so more people want to see it, and we can do more of them.
And besides, you want to be subscribed to this channel because our subscribers are 10% more likely to open double Force of Will.
Disclaimer guy here, the Nitpicking Nerds don't even know if it's possible to open double Force of Will, therefore they can't really guarantee you'll open one.
Isn't that nice?
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be lovely. So we're just going to go over, we have 3 categories of reprint we're going to talk about. There's great reprints, there's medium, good reprints, and then there's poop reprints. The great ones, happy to see, printed infinite, cards like a bunch of money, needs reprints, super scarce, high demand, medium. We're trying to get these down to a bulk rare. They're closer. Let's keep doing it. Poop. Why is this in the set? Literally, what was going on in your brain to put this in the set? Those are the 3.
Okay, so jumping right to greats. These, like we said, these are cards absolutely stellar. We're happy to see them. Start with some easy ones. Force of Will, great. Legacy needs it. Commander needs it. I mean, that's all that needs to be said. Legacy and Commander both really need this reprint. It's awesome.
Yeah, CDH, and it's the linchpin of Legacy. Without that, I think the format is like a joke or something. I've been told. Okay, I'm not an expert. Also, other great ones include Lightning Greaves. Run this thing into the ground. It is an uncommon, now and forever. Don't upshift it. They didn't. Great. Make it $1, $2 affordable. There's so many Commander decks that want these. Possibly some erroneously, but still, everyone should be able to buy the cards they want.
Yeah, exactly. Another great one, Ad Nauseum. This got pushed by CDH right to the moon. Like, crazy how much this just spiked. Perfect time for a reprint. We get it in here. Just, I mean, Ad Nauseum is a very good card in the right decks in EDH. It's like, it's perfect. It also has a deck in Modern, and we really don't want this to be $50 for Modern because, like, it's just a fringe Modern deck, and, like, I feel bad if you want to buy a fringe Modern deck and you have to spend $200 on the namesake.
Yeah, that's dumb. Chrome Mox is another one of my favorites because it used to be $20, and I feel like that made sense to me. Right around, it's an old card, it's powerful, it's good if you're playing more competitive decks, artifact decks. But then it went up to 50, and I'm like, okay, that's just egregious. Like, this is dumb. Get this thing back out there. Fine with me. Box topper art, great.
And, like, if you want what the perfect reprint looks like, it's Mana Crypt. Perfect reprint. I will take Mana Crypt in as many sets as we can get it until, and I understand keeping this card at Mythic Rare. I'm not even going to argue with that. It's perfectly reasonable with Mythic Rare, especially if you're talking about draft. You can't have a million of these opened. It just would ruin draft. But absolutely awesome. I love this reprint, and there's a ton here. There's a lot of good reprints. There's 49 total that we consider great reprints.
Lastly, the sword cycle. The enemy swords are back, aka the good swords. I was looking online to buy a Sword of Fire and Ice for my crappy mono white deck, and it was $80. What? These should be like $20. These are fine cards that see some play, and they're cool. Nostalgia or, like janky, like, oh, this is my janky swords deck, equipment deck or something. Why, they're all really expensive, even the ones that aren't that great. Get them back into circulation, please.
Yes, we need plenty of swords. Give me swords all the time. So moving to good. Guys are just, we're not sad to see these reprints. These are perfectly reasonable reprints. We're not going to complain about them. We're just, there are better ones. These aren't like on the top of our list. Like if we were doing this set, the good ones probably wouldn't be in there, but we're not going to complain to see them.
Yeah, if we had this set, we do fetch lands at rare. Just kill them. Kill the fetch lands.
Good card that we're not happy to see reprinted. Plasma Act, totally reasonable. It's a great border way for EDH. It's just an EDH staple. I mean, that's all there is to it. It doesn't seem to play any other formats. EDH staple, we need to see more EDH staples in rotation. So there's so many people getting in and playing this format that cards just are going to go up because there's more players.
Yeah, this reprint could kill Blasphemous Act. I don't know how scarce this product's going to be or how many are going to be open, but this, in an ideal world, this might push it down to like $2.
Good.
I also have Fulminator Mage. Total great card in Modern. Long story short, I used to want to buy some. It was like $60 for 2 of them, so I just didn't buy them and took the hit. Now they're $5, and they're going to go down to like $2 or something crazy. So that's right around where this card should be. It should not cost more than like actual Chase Mythics from Standard.
Yeah, exactly. Baleful Strix. This card was printed in like some stupid Plane Chase
Plane
set.
Chase, yep.
Where it was just like, oh, we didn't see it at all. But now they've printed it at Rare a couple times. It's going down in price. It's a reasonable card. It was creeping back up a little bit, but knock it back down. Keep it reasonable. Legacy wants them. EDH wants them. We're happy to see them.
This next card was on my watch list for like, oh, this could be Danger Zone type spikes. Deep Blow Skate. Cut that crap out. Don't let some deck get published or some stuff happen to where this goes up to $35 or somebody buys them out. Deep Blow Skate's an awesome card. There's so much janky, cool stuff you can do, and it was only printed in a Commander set, so there was no room for, there's only so many of them. It was more scarce than it will be now, or maybe now it'll only be like $5-10.
I'm certainly hoping so. And I'm happy to see the Tron Lands reprinted. These were like $3-4 each, Tron Lands, and getting them again. Maybe this will actually knock them down. Because imagine you want to start playing Tron in Modern or in Pauper, and to start Tron, you got to buy Tron Lands, and that's just like a $60 investment.
And we've said our standard for commons in Magic the Gathering, no common should be $4, $5, $6. Oubliette, we're also looking at you. You got reprinted though.
Thanks, Oubliette.
Yeah, the last one I have is Court of Callings. He's playing Modern. Is total amazing creature toolbox staple in Commander, and I'd like to see it right around $0 to $5 instead of, $5 to $15.
I'll take it above 0. It'd be weird if the card was $0.
All Magic cards are now free. You have one day.
From who?
Yes. How about this is where we get to have fun, though. We can talk and praise this set all we want. We are the nitpicking nerds, so let's talk about some poop.
So I'll just start the complaint session right away. I want to be so clear. I think some of these poop ones are a little more excusable because there are some prices. We just think the cards are really bad. But some are completely inexcusable. And I just don't get it. These packs aren't cheap. That's fine. I'm not even arguing with these packs aren't for you. I'm okay with that. I understand that there is a market of Magic players who make way more money than I do that can absolutely afford these. And that is completely fine. It is fine to market to those people. They're a business. They should be making money in the ways they can. Fine. But that does not excuse putting absolute garbages at Rare. This is a waste. Rare is a slot that when you open it, you should get something that is at least okay. Maybe not a core set. It's like, oh, this is a core set. I can understand. This is a master set. This is its own label. Master. It implies greatness, the title. And to have something like Blade Splicer in the set is a total joke to me. It doesn't fit anywhere. It did not need a reprint. It's not worth money. It barely sees play in any decks anywhere. It's illogical.
It is very confusing. We've got a couple ones that just make us completely scratch our heads. I'll rattle off two since you exploded on Wizards there. So Swiftblade Vindicator. Remember that card from 4 sets ago that saw no standard play, no modern play, no any other play of any format that's ever existed. It wouldn't even see block constructed play. But it was in the set. Fine. Okay, you're allowed to print new cards and they're allowed to be bad. Why are you reprinting bad cards? Let it go. Let it be. And then Champion of Lamholt is the exact same thing. Grand Architect, Disciple of Bolas, Dualcaster Mage are all just dollar bulk bin cards. If you want it from EDH, you can go buy 5. Lightly played for like $2.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that so much. It's just I don't think there should be wasted slots at Rare in this set. If you want to take something, say you think Blade Splice needs a reprint, just bump it down. I don't even care. Bump it down to uncommon. Sure, this is a powerful draft set. Cool. Whatever. That's a totally reasonable thing, though. If you make a powerful draft set, if you match the uncommons to all be about that powerful, you're not doing anything bad. You're just making a powerful draft set, which is reasonable.
Yeah. Well, what other ones do we want to complain about? We had a couple on here. I think there's a couple Maguses did not need a reprint. None of the Maguses really do. Maybe 1 or 2 of them. But there's like 20 of them, and almost all of them are trash. Scurstag High Priest, that one hurts. The Vish Call, the ones that just have no artifact synergy where you can't even say, oh, this is the artifact set. Here's what it does. It's the crazy bomb for this deck. No, it isn't. What are you talking about? There's nothing here. It's kind of like reprinting weird pet cards. Ion Storm. Yeah, that has synergy with the set. It also has no place in any constructed or accidentally constructed or kitchen table deck anywhere. What?
It's frustrating. It's frustrating to me to waste Rare slots. I'm not, and again, like I said, I'm not against reprinting fringe played cards like Blade Splicer, not in a master set. Absolutely 100% not in a master set. It's so frustrating. This is a set where you have to buy it for $300, and one of your rares can be a 50-cent card. A card that's not 50 cents because it got reprinted. It's already 50 cents right now.
And it'll be reprinted down to 40 cents or some ridiculously low number. They upshifted Ravenous Trap to rare. That is the biggest sin. We forgot about it. They upshifted Ravenous Trap to rare. Everyone's already complaining about it. This is a fringe nonsense card because there was a broken deck 2 years ago in one format, and now it's here.
Yes, it saw a spike a few years back for Dredge or whatever was broken at the time. It was obviously it's good against a Dredge deck. It makes sense, but this is so stupid. You do not shift an uncommon sideboard card up to rare for no reason. There's not. Again, it feels like they made a set this whole time. It feels like they made this whole set. It was the right amount of cards, the right amount of everything. Like, oh, we need one more rare. Ravenous Trap, bump it up, sure.
I'm always in favor of downshifting almost every time. Even some of the jankier ones that were downshifted that we maybe haven't pooped here, like I'm still okay with that because it's so much better than reprinting Salvaging Titan and Open the Vault and all this other stuff.
Liege of the Tangle. What is...
That's the downshift. It's just a weird downshift because there's so many other... Like, there's a lot of Magic cards. There's like 20,000 Magic cards.
So many Magic cards. There's so many cards that actually just need reprinting. Why waste our time with these worthless reprints? Like, so worthless. A Ravenous Trap reprint as an upshift is stupid. Completely stupid.
It's a little insulting. We had set a bar. We had discussed this because we scripted this out a bit. We did a lot of research anyway. And we talked about, I'm not going to be insulted if I open a bulk rare. All my rares don't have to be $20. Like, that's not the issue. Here's the issue. When I open, in a master set where the stakes are high and then there's actual money and I don't want to have to gamble. So my bulk rare is Scavenging Ooze. Like, this is a very playable card that they're printing a very healthy amount of times to the point that it's very cheap and affordable. Like, that is everything. This is like the gold standard of reprints. They killed Scavenging Ooze, the price down, and it's great. Anyone can buy Scavenging Ooze.
Yes, and that's perfect. I mean, Scavenging Ooze is such a great... I love that you're calling it the gold standard. It's perfect. They took a card that was seeing a ton of play, and it was spiking. Then they're like, oh, well, let's put in standard, and then we'll just give it another reprint. And then it's like, oh, now this card is totally reasonable and down. And they've done that with some cards, and they've done it the right way. But that's like Magus of the Will. Okay, this is a bulk unplayable bad card. And they said, okay, yeah, let's reprint it.
You could say scarcity for that one. Deep Glow Skate I was more concerned of because it's got mass appeal. We'll end this rant soon enough and talk about the overall, but I'm having a bit of fun with it. If we just scroll down a little bit, there's just some absolute weird ones where they just keep wanting to print cards like Hannah Ship's Navigator and Falcon Wrath Aristocrat. They've printed those a lot lately, it feels like, because here's how I would never reprint them, right? And so they've printed them a couple times. And it just feels like, why are we focusing on these cards?
See, here's something. Okay, let's just start with Falcon Wrath Aristocrat. It's a card I wouldn't reprint until I saw the price spike. It's like if something pushed this card to playability, that's when I'm like, okay, now we do the reprint. Because it's just not played. It just, since its standard days, it has seen play nowhere. So it's like, why do we need to put it? You don't need to put it anywhere. No one's looking for this card. Even if it spiked to $100, who's looking for it?
Yeah, there was a down. I respect that there was a downshift in this card the first time it got reprinted. They downshifted from Mythic to Rare. Okay, that's cool, but that just absolutely tanked the price forever. You checked your bases, or you dotted your I's across your T's with that card. Basically, in my head, that card doesn't exist anymore. We're done. We don't need to print it anymore.
Yeah. Another one, Merciless Eviction. This unplayable EDH board wipe.
Uh-oh. Hot take.
Yeah, it's not even a hot take. It's not very good. It's an okay board wipe at best, and it just doesn't need to be reprinted. It was like $1. It was seriously floating around $1. It only goes in black-white EDH decks. It just didn't need another reprint. There's so many board wipes in black-white that are so much better. That's why we gave credit where credit is due. It's like, we didn't think Wrath of God was a super good reprint. It's like, card's still like $8, and it is an EDH staple. It makes sense. It's like, how much better? And not Wrath of God, Merciless Eviction. I understand the bad versatility, but I understand it exists. And
there's a choice, but at least let's print the one that is expensive and harder to find. There's some other poop reprints. They keep hammering home these Phyrexian Revoker Ratchet Bomb sideboard cards. They would be close to the Scavenging Ooze gold standard, but they just keep doing it over and over and over and over and over. They'll never be anything now. We already did that. Let's get more like Grafdigger's Cage, Leyline of the Void stuff. Like those type of sideboard cards now need some work.
Yeah. So let's just go
wrap it up.
Yeah, let's go to an overview. So this is like our overview of the things. I think at Mythic Rare, they absolutely hit a home run. The cards are, other than like, I think it's like something like 4 to 6, somewhere in that range of Mythics aren't very good. But that being said, I can deal with like 4 to 6 Mythics not being that good. Because like, even though I don't like the Avengers and the cards being reprinted at Mythic, whatever. I can understand that card might need a reprint. People love that card for EDH. And though I might not play it, I understand where the want and need come for that card. And even though that one's in the poop range where we say we wouldn't want this at Mythic absolutely at all, it doesn't make any sense to us, I understand it.
Yeah, so the Mythics in the set, they feel good. You open an Avacyn, you're ecstatic. Avacyn isn't even top 5 Mythics. The Mythic set is amazing. There's cards that really need reprints. People are going to flock to this to look for Mythics. Opening Mythics should feel great in a Master set always. And there's 3 bad ones? There's Geth, Maelstrom Nexus, and Geist Satraft. Those kind of suck. Maybe I'm a little confused. But I'll overlook it because the rest are so good. There's so many $20, $30, $40, $50 cards in the set for Mythic.
In my opinion, I'll just say it, I don't think there should be flops at even Rare. I'm not a fan of that. I just don't. If you're reprinting a set, if you're doing a reprint set, a master set, which is what this is, it should just absolutely you should start. I would say you should start at the $4 or $5 mark for minimum a rare should about be before you reprint it in a master set.
Well, so hold on. What is your flop? So Scooz is like $2-3, but that wouldn't be a flop. You're talking about flop. Flop, I think you mean like usability and price. I don't want something that is unusable and costs nothing.
Yes, because, okay, let's just say, so right now pre-ordering very, very low is Engineered Explosives, and that's fine. Because Engineered Explosives was a card that it hit a total peak a couple of years ago, and they absolutely needed to drive it down. And now it's pre-ordering for like $5, which is so reasonable for a sideboard card in Modern to have it at $5. And also sees play, not so much anymore after the ban of Mox Opal, but you used to see play as like just a 0-mana artifact to like cycle through. And that card, it's totally reasonable to reprint that card, even though maybe it's $5. Like, if they reprinted it again the next match, I'd be like, okay. But now maybe think about not reprinting it.
Yeah, if you're a shark looking for value, you can go, oh, I opened a dud. But like, hey, it's Engineered Explosives. Like, I might need this somewhere. Open Scavenging Ooze. Crap, that's not worth anything. But hey, I can play this card. I can trade this card. It has some liquidity and value to it. I can't trade Swiftblade Vindicator. It goes basically in the dumpster for 10 cents, or you sell it for 10 cents 2 years from now.
I'll tell you right now, if Wizards, I know they say they plan to for hard, so whatever, I'm not going to judge. But I would give them so much credit if in like this set right here, they just said, okay, here's Uro again. A card that we have seen how much play this is seeing in every format, and we're aware of it. So we've decided to print it again. It's like, I would be like, good job, Wizards. That's so smart. It's like, yeah, that card's super overpriced, and we totally could use another reprint. I would not be sad to open an Uro in my Masters pack. And that's saying something because it's in Standard right now, in Standard packs. I'd still be happy to open that in a Master set.
It's also $50. Is there an actual hard, fast rule that we can't put Scavenging Ooze and Uro in these Master sets, and we have to put, we'll just say unplayable cards in there? I don't know. Is there? Well, so Mythic, we have pretty much as good as it's going to get. Rare, you think 50-50?
My problem, okay, here's the thing. I don't give them credit at Rare because I can give credit at Mythic because it's like 2 or 3 misses is like, okay, that's fine. Rare, you don't get credit. It's a failing grade. I'm sorry. You don't get credit for this because you control what you put everywhere. I get it. You have rules that you set, and I'm not an expert. I don't know what your rules are and what you do, but I don't want to. If there is a chance, if I can put a $10 pack, and there is even a chance that I spend $10 to $11 in the pack, and I open a Blades Placer and a Scurstag High Priest. If that is a chance, it's insulting. That's insulting that I could spend $11 and get that.
We had the issue with Masters 25. There was stores that had the no tree guarantee, where it felt so bad to open Tree Redemption. The store felt they had to or wanted to give you a free pack because it's just you got completely gypped out of your slot of money. It wasn't usable. It wasn't valuable. It wasn't anything.
So frustrating.
Yeah, and we say we don't care about the secondary market, and then we very clearly put X cards that are rare, that are worth money, so that there is always this sense of gambling where there's a 10% chance I get owned on this. I don't really want that. That's kind of why we don't open packs, right? It's never been good value to open packs. Why not try? Maybe that's too big of a change to ask. But anyway, we're not super happy with the rares. Although uncommons, I gotta say, my standards is pretty low for what they're actually reprinted uncommon. I was pretty impressed.
Commons and uncommons in the master set, I'm totally fine with them doing like a few, like these need to be reprinted, we reprinted them. These need to be reprinted, we reprinted them. I'm so fine with that. And then like making it for draft. It's like, that's cool, whatever. You can make the set for draft. The rares, don't focus on them. Just, you can't, like, I would even say like next to just don't worry about it. It's like, I wouldn't, if you think Avengers, let's just say in their heads. I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't. Avengers Vindicator, too powerful to be at rare for draft. Just kind of forget about that for a second because it's still rare. It still is not going to show up that insane much because they've already like doubled the amount of rares in the set. And I know there's 2 in every pack, but still, rares don't show up that much. They're not insane. You don't see them every draft.
So there was an issue with Glorybringer upsetting the balance of Amonkhet. That's the easiest example to go to. That was a set made for standard balance where every card I couldn't really hate on any single one card they printed in Amonkhet that was new because they're new cards. They're designing for future whatever league. But when it comes to reprints, I can probably just sit here and talk crap because their wants are, they're trying to appease us, the players, and give us what we want. But we didn't get a lot of the stuff we wanted at rare. The uncommons and commons, yeah, totally craft the exact draft environment you want. Make it awesome. And when you can sprinkle in stuff that is relevant and for draft, that's where I'm totally like, yeah, go crazy. Put Rush of Knowledge in the set. Like, I don't understand why it's in here, but it probably makes a cool draft card.
Can I be clear? I think that if this was balanced perfect, if this was, say the balance was intended to be for draft, okay, only for rarities, I don't think Boots belongs to uncommon. That's a rare. Boots is such a good card. That card is so strong in draft.
That's true. Giving Shroud to your best guy and haste, and you can move around whenever. There's just a little, there's some weird stuff going on. I mean, we're rambling at this point. We should probably wrap it up. But overall, if I had to rate the reprints out of 10, I'd probably go 6 or 7. Like, I'm not disappointed. I'm just disappointed with the rares, but I think people will probably be happy with this overall. Although, could be better for sure.
I mean, I'll just do a letter grade. I would do an A for the Mythics and an F for the rares because I don't care. It's just not good enough.
A for the uncommons.
Okay. D. No, I refuse to say it's passing. That's my problem. I refuse to give you a pass on something that could just so easily be improved. So I'm just gonna give it an F.
Right. I mean, let us know in the comments because we're totally, we're not experts or finance experts or wizards experts or anything. But is there something we're missing where we can't just take these 20 rares? Then if we let's say we flip these 20 rares into $2-3 scavenging ooze type cards, or where you have to have your duds, but they're playable duds that people want and can trade and move and play in EDH or Modern or whatever. Is there some actual harm to that?
There's so many playable duds. There's Abrupt Decay. I wish I could think of more off the top of my head. I can't really quickly, but like Abrupt Decay and Scavenging Ooze are 2 perfect examples of like they would be duds to open because Abrupt Decay is at a point where it's just like dropped way down the toilet, and Scavenging Ooze has done the same thing. It's like, but how can you be disappointed? Because I understand. I would describe those as cards I would belong in a master set. Not Blade Splicer.
Yes, Blade Splicer is not masterful. That's what we'll end on. We should do shout-outs to people who make these rants and praises possible.
Special shout-outs to all of our patrons. We do as much as we can without making you uncomfortable. You guys are awesome. If you would like to become a poopy baby, you can head down to the
link in the description.
That's what I meant to say. And click on it, and you can join and get perks. So, actually, because something we haven't shouted out in a minute, you will be entered, if you join any one of those tiers, to win our monthly giveaway. This month's winner was Marco. Won the Hydra package that we announced. And now, to announce our next package, because we might as well announce it right now because we're here. It is.
What is it?
It's the big one. We're going to do a big prize.
The big boy?
Yeah, it's time.
The foil crater hoof?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was time for that already.
It's time. We're going to do foil crater hoof. So, if you want a chance to be entered to win that foil crater hoof, join our Patreon right now and be a supporter by the end of the month, and you will be entered to win that foil crater hoof from Modern Masters It's so sexy.
It was like $100 something dollars.
It's like $150.
Yeah, it's a lot of monies, and we're happy to give it away because we love you guys, and you're willing to support us, so we can happily throw some of that money back into the audience.
Yeah, it's a cool one. I bought it for BZ years back when he played it in Carador to help him because he has the foily Carador deck sitting up on that shelf. And I bought it from a while ago, and he just doesn't play in the deck. Makes sense. So time to pass it on to you guys. What else can I do to support us, BZ?
Well, how much did you buy it for?
Oh, like $20.
Whee! What does that card need a reprint? Nah, let's print Geth, Lord of the Vault. Okay.
No, just put it in. Just put it in Jumpstart, which is unreachable and inaccessible to everybody.
Right, but it's also for new players. Let's go to. You can go to the link in the description. I'll probably link. I don't know if I'm going to make 3 separate links, but maybe we'll throw the poop tier link just because that's the most fun in the description. Go click on it, navigate wherever you want. You don't have to actually buy the cards in the poop tier, but buy whatever you want from that link. You know, click on Yu-Gi-Oh tab, whatever. We get a kickback on the order, help support the channel like a ton. You guys are the best, and you're the beating heart of the nitpicking nerds.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. We've been, is that all the support things? Are we done with our shout outs?
That's basically it. We want to do the emoji challenge, though.
Yeah, there's an emoji challenge. It's actually right here. We were pointing up here before, but yeah, I decided it's
Silly us.
It's like right in front of us. What commander is this? These 3 emojis right in front of me right now, they represent a commander. You tell me which commander it is in the comments. If you're the first one to, we'll pin your comment to the top so everyone can see that you got it right.
But we're done now.
We are done now. Peace out, Tribe Scout.